Hello, students. It's your favorite instructor here, and we are going to be looking at ArcGIS Online, specifically how to build a story map. So we will get into ArcGIS Online mapping very quickly, and then we will dive into that in more depth later in the term. But we do have to build ourselves a very quick map in order to build a story map today. So we're going to do that. Just a little heads up here, you need to be using Google Chrome to be doing this. It might work in other browsers, but they do not support those browsers. So it's very likely that some of the functionality will be missing or won't work quite properly. So make sure that you are using Chrome. Okay, I'm going to make it so that you guys don't need to see my name here. And I'm going to go over to the other tab. So you're going to navigate to ArcGIS.com or ArcGISOnline.com. If for some reason you really enjoy typing, you can type it longer. And once you get here, you're going to have to sign in. So this is using your username that we gave you. And so mine is a little bit different. Mine's Howard E _ Oregon Tech. Yours should be OIT on the end instead. And I'm going to type in my password. No peeking. No, oops, messed it up. See? No peeking. No trying to figure it out by listening to the keyboard. I don't want you all log into my ArcGIS Online account. That'd be terrible, huh? Okay, once you're in OIT, Geomatics Department. That's very nice. Very nice. We will then go to up here where it says Map. Click on that. Map. And so I have a bit of a beef with this software a little bit, is that they change it all the time, which is nice because it's always up to date and it's very new and fresh. But the problem is it's always up to date and it's very new and fresh. So a lot of times you'll get in here and it's different than it was the last time you got in, which that was the case for me. And I think something's a little buggy right now with this new map viewer because I don't have the save options up here. And I built a map and still didn't have them. So if you have the save options, you can do all of this in the new map viewer, but I'm going to have to do it all in the open in map viewer classic. And so that might be easier for you to also do it that way. So I'm going to click open in map viewer classic. There it be. And I'm going to, like I said, we'll get into more into this. I'm going to click on content though. And you can see I've got the topographic map here. I can change some of the formatting of that. Okay. It works somewhat similar to ArcGIS Pro. A little bit different though. And then let's add some data. So you need to think right now what your topic, your story map's going to be covering, because this map will be included in your story map. And so you want it to be relevant. So the story map is just essentially, you can add pictures and text and maps and things, and you're just going to be telling a story, as I like to say. And so you don't have to do what I'm doing right now. I'm just showing you how to add the data. So I'm going to go to add data. You can add it from your computer. You can add it from web services, but we're going to go to Browse Living Atlas. And this is all of Esri's data. These are all of Esri's data. And so I'm going to search for fault lines. Oops, maybe I didn't do it all as one word. Fault lines. Okay, and so I've got earthquake fault lines and folds in the US. Sounds awesome. So I can click add. So I'm going to add it to the map. So I just click plus, and then here where if it asks you if you want to open it in map viewer, tell it not right now, because we're using map viewer classic and we don't want to switch over. Mine didn't ask me that because I already told it no a second ago. And now let's grab volcano eruptions. Oh, look at that. Significant volcano eruptions. We can then add that. So I'm going to say not right now. And look at that. So now I've got the fault lines and the eruptions. I'm liking it. Look at that. I bet you can't guess what that one is. Okay. Once I have this, like I said, we're not going to get too much into ArcGIS Online right now. Once I have this set the way I like it, which I like it right now, except I might change the base map. So I can go up here to base map. You guys know I love the dark base maps. Look at that. That is pretty. Nice. All right. Okay, once I have it the way I like it, I can then go up to save. Save as. Title. This will be my volcano map, GIS 103. Add tags, volcano. A map of volcano, volcano eruptions and fault lines. And I'd save into my folder. That's good. Save map. And then I'm going to have to share this because we're going to put it in our story map. And if we don't share it, it'll block itself. So I'm going to share it with the OIT Geomatics department. Members of these groups. Yeah, just the OIT Geomatics department. That's fine. And it gives me the link there, the link to the map. Share current map extent. That's fine. Embed, we don't need to do that. Okay, so down here at the bottom, I can then go done. Okay, so once you have your map created, we are going to go, and we saved it, and we shared it to the right group. We are going to go back, open up Chrome, and go back to arcgis.com and sign in again. At this point, I want you guys to think about what you want to do for your story map, what you want to gather for it, because you're going to have to gather 5 photos, find a YouTube video that's relevant, and 2 write-ups. And that's just things that are relevant to your story. I'll show you what I mean here. So once you get signed in, go up to these 9 dots here. Click that and click the ArcGIS story maps. So I've already done this twice. I've got 2 of them already created, but I'm going to do a create a story. You'll see here that you've got options, and now you can earn yourself some extra credit if you try one of these ones here, if you can figure it out. They're not super hard, they just have a different format. But the standard would be to follow this, start from scratch. We're going to do something really simple. And we can now give it a title. I'm going to call it Volcano Eruptions Causing Zombies. And then a colon, the data. Okay, and you can give it here, you can give it, oops, I guess that was my subtitle. And maybe I'll call the whole map Zombie Lava. And then here, this is where you start adding the elements. So you just hit the plus sign. I'm going to add a photo. So if you don't have your photos and stuff, you can pause the video and go grab them and then keep working through this. So you just click image, navigate to it, So this is obviously a real photo. It's not AI generated. And it's going to load that in. And then I can add that. It'll load up. And underneath that, I'll give it a caption, zombies and a volcano. So I'm not doing an amazing job here. So I want you guys to do a bit better. I'm just showing you how to do it. Zombies and a volcano. And then let's say that we wanted to put our article underneath that. We could hit the plus sign. Well, I'm going to go grab my article. So I grabbed my article and I copied it, and now to paste it in, I just go there, click on text, and in the text one you hit Control V or right click and paste. You can see it makes it look really nice right off the get-go. I mean, this looks like a web page or a blog or something. Just the font it chooses, how it organizes it, to me it looks really nice. I can then put something in between here if I wanted to, but at the end I'm going to put the YouTube video. So to put the YouTube video, you will go to Embed, and then you will go grab underneath your YouTube video, you will click the Share button, and then the Embed button, and then copy that code that comes up there, and you're going to paste that in here. So I'm going to go grab it. Be right back. Okay, I've got the code, so I just paste it in here. Add, and there's the video for Data Shift Z, the popular movie that came out in 2023. Check it out. And Datum Shift, sorry, Z. And you can see that this will actually play. I mean, just right where it's at, it'll play. And now let's add our map that we created. So we hit the plus sign, and we go to map. We can add the one that we created. It'll then ask us, does this look good? It does. We can click save. And this is really cool because you can see that it actually will give the viewer some functionality. So they can pan it, they can zoom in. Really cool stuff. And you can configure it to show what you wanted, like which labels you wanted to show and everything. We just haven't done that. So that's how you do the images, the title, and just work your way through it. Include 5 images, 2 write-ups, caption your images, include a YouTube video, and include the map that we created, just so I can tell you guys know how to do it. And then up here, this is really cool. You can click preview. It'll show you what it's going to look like to the user. Very cool. And then down here, you can also click different options as to what it's going to, like this is what it's going to look like on their monitor. And then this is really cool. I think it shows you what it looks like on a smartphone. Very cool stuff. So then I can go back. And because we saved our map to the organization, we can now also save our story map. And we have to tell it to be shared with the organization. And you can also allow duplicates. We don't need to do that. And then click publish. So now if you were to send me this link, once this is done, I can open it up and look at it. Okay, so you just copy the link up here and send that, and I can check it out. Now, if you're in person in the class, I'll just check it out when we have class. But if you're an online student, you can either send it to me now or save it until your assignments are due, and then I'll take a look at it. So those are story maps. Like I said, you can earn yourself some bonus points if you use one of these other designs, because you'll see up here it gives you the options for other designs, and there's some really cool ones. Okay, you can mix it up. Just figure out what, and it's neat that it actually will just move everything to a new design. Try it out. You can change the color. Obsidian, nice. Title. Some really cool options for that. And so it would be awesome too if you guys use this in another class. Let me know, because you could do a pretty great presentation, because it'll be stored on ArcGIS Online. You can just get to it and use it in your presentation. You can make some really cool stuff with that. So there you go. That's how you use story maps. And this will cover the next week's worth of work if you get it done. And I will talk to you soon. I hope you're well. It's my weekend, so I hope you're having a great weekend. Laters on the Minjay.